Hey, this is Marcus Washington, MTC Media here at Villanova. Wildcats dispel of VCU 70-51 in this exhibition, and you can see two teams that are just at different places here in October. So it's one of those things where you don't want to continuously overreact to some of the things that happened tonight. But also, as you can see here at Villanova, they're playing with the lights. Um, but you know, you don't want to overreact. But there were some things on the VCU side that might deem some sort of concern there. If you haven't watched the post-game press conferences, I have the post-game press conference hooked to the YouTube channel, posted to the YouTube channel. Take a look at both of those. I have both Villanova and VCU's up there. So one of the things that when you're at this part of the season, how much of your offense is in, how much did you game plan and scout for this game, and that plays a part. Phil Martelli Jr. and the staff is new there. They have a bunch of new players. And I thought that at times it did cause players to over dribble. Maybe it's because they're nervous, maybe because they were trying to do too much. But the offense in the first half was so stagnant. And then you had the 11 turnovers, which meant that you really couldn't get into anything. And I thought it was way too much of 5 out, one guy with the ball, 4 standing, one on strong side with the ball, 3 on weak side, and guys looking at each other. And I know that might sound like something that you'd see in high school. In the first half, you saw a lot of that. It just wasn't the movement. It wasn't energy until they went to the bench in the first half. You got a little bit more energy from Jadarian Tracy out there, who the Oregon transfer, kind of looked like he brought a little bit of oomph in that first half when everyone else was struggling. In fact, there was at times where the Rams just had 5 bench guys that were in just trying to generate something. Turnovers again, the 11 turnovers, I believe they finished with 15. 11 was in that first half. In the second half, it did get better because they were starting to get some stops. They looked like they slowed down. They looked like there were some things said in the locker room to get the ball moving a little bit more and guys kind of knowing where they should be. Again, at this time of the year, part of the problem is when you have so many transfers, when you have so many people come in, where are you in relation to where the ball is? Because if you're at Bryant, that might be one place on the floor, and if you're at Oregon, it might be another place on the floor. So it's not just coaching, it's also the players learning each other. Where are your strong spots? Where do you like to get the ball? When I'm penetrating, are you flowing down to the level of the ball? Are you getting to the angle of the pass at the three-point line behind you? It's just so many things, and it's based on the philosophy of the program that you're in and somewhat the skill set of the guy that is involved in those actions. So I think you saw some of the turnovers that VCU have. It's just a familiarity thing. Giving up dribble penetration. If you watch the post-game presser with Phil Martelli Jr., you're going to hear me ask him about giving up the penetration. They certainly gave up enough to freshman Caden Lewis, who was able to get downhill. I felt like part of the penetration was you was always in transition defense because of live ball turnovers, because of shots that almost served as a turnover because either they were bad shots or they were long threes, and those end up being the first pass of your opponent's offense. So Villanova's penetration, I felt like, came partially because of VCU's struggle on offense. It was like the yin and the yang. Both of them were hurting the other. And last but not least, I thought that Nick Lewis, there's got to be a spot in this offense where he can feel that he can be impactful. I thought that the three-pointers, he made the first one, but the other 2 was more out in that NBA type of line, at that NBA type of length, and it just, the last one he leaned forward into it, just didn't feel like a comfortable release. And look, to be fair, it's not like he came in here advertising himself as this great three-point shooter. That's not what Nick Lewis's value is at this time. Obviously, players are going to get better at things if they're not as good as they come in. There's a huge transition period, and for that, you can understand. So this is not being critical. What I feel like is they got to find ways, if he's going to be involved in the offense, got to find ways to get him the ball where he can be the most impactful. All right, wrapping up, Georgetown GW last night, VCU Villanova today, and you'll see me all week with college basketball coverage. It's Marcus Washington, MTC Media.